Welcome back to the comic book collection updates. I'm AG. We got another set of 5 comics. If you hear some noise in the background, that's the kids. I'm the babysitter for today. But yeah, 5 comics and stuff like that. What else? Oh, the only one that I really feel like wasn't really all that was the Umbrella Academy, but that's because I can't understand it. If you don't understand, like, I just don't understand what's going on. I don't know some of these characters, and you can tell this is like a continuation of another story from somewhere else and another lore from a deeper lore. So hopefully, like, me reading this one, eventually I'll get into the other ones. But right now, it's just I just can't get into it. But besides that, y'all might know these people. Y'all might know them. So besides that, let's get this video started. All right, Tales of the Shadow Man, issue number 2. It starts off with a flashback of how Alyssa gets put onto the case. This is before Shadow Man was called to get to her. They gets to, and she finds a second body. They found a scarf there. She tells her captain that that's what she has. So they was like, hey, go to what that is, dead side white zone to get everything out. And she gets a partner called St. Brown to go with her. Before they go, they get blessed by the priest, and then they heads out. When they get there, St. Brown sniffs the scarf, tracks down the vendor. The vendors gladly cooperate with them, and but only if they buy something. So she bought, like, a little necklace for the dead man and halves it with her, and basically said, if you cut some of your blood, whisper his name softly when you're in dire need, he comes to you. So basically, she takes that, she gives them the information about how the guy's a changeling. The guy they're looking for is a changeling, so meaning Mr. Twist can be anybody at any time. So it doesn't matter what face they get, he could turn into anybody. So with that being said, she didn't get nowhere with the case. So she went back home, and this is where the incident where she meet Mr. Twist, where he ends up telling her, "Oh, you're my biggest fan. This is why, because she said, "Hey, do you live here? Do I know you?" And she was like, "Oh," he was like, "Oh, you're my biggest fan. You know me because you're my biggest fan." And like she pulls out a gun, but he freezes her, like 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 time stop, not really time, but freezes her, but not with ice. So, and then put a little curse to put a little lump in her throat to make her choke and stuff like that. And then, like, once she got movement when he left out, she used the scythe to call in Shadowman. Shadowman came and whatever like that. And from the last one, they making a deal about how he Mr. Twist escaped from the Shadowman, and then all of a sudden, you know, Shadowman and Lisa makes a deal on how to catch Mr. Twist if she gets information about a person for him. So with all that being done, Shadowman starting to feel some type of way, like the darkness inside of Mr. Twist's head never let him go. So they went to a person who was giving that was going to get a diagnostic on the or a full analysis on the freaking scarf to see what, like, because it's like full with dark magic and stuff. And they went to Dr. Huyn Mirage or something like that. And basically, Shadowman's not supposed to be with Alyssa, but she went to him and showed him Shadowman. And they was like, okay, and, he was like, hey, you can get in trouble with this, but since I'm curious about everything, we gonna let this slide. So he was like, all right, I'm gonna try to solve everything. So they had to hold hands, and he had to do a little spell, and he had to bag off of them because he was like, "Hey, y'all birth cursed. It's a hard, like, it's a very complex little curse." And he started feeling bad, and he got cursed with a counter curse when you start figuring out the curse. And when the curse activated, Shadowman attacked it and and destroyed it, but it was already too late. The curse has already did the thing and stopped him from breathing. So we don't know if he's completely dead. We'll find out in the next issue, and hopefully, they can start getting the investigation going. But it seemed like Mr. Twist is going to be part of the next issue on a major level, because the next issue is called Mr. Twist Paints the Town Red. So can't wait for that to happen. All right, the new Avengers. Man, it feeling like I just read this like two weeks ago. I don't know, but anyway, the new Avengers, issue 5. Man, let me tell you, this is a good and bad read at the same time. Like, I did not understand some of the things they were saying and not showing at the same time. So let's just start. I'm gonna try to open this comic up and try to read it at the same time. So basically, they get to Ecuador and they see that the clone of Reed Richards, he made these clone he made the people of the town that he's in, Barnos, into recreations of the whole family of the Fantastic Four. So you have people on fire, you have kids invisible, you have rock people that do the thing, you got people stretching like him. So all this going on, and he just want to transform the world into like basically mutant or deformed people. So they try to do that. Bucky, I don't know what he's going on. He's in a monologue. You feel like he's not doing well, but he's praising Natasha a lot, talking about how she believes in the group and more. She gives a little speech, which wasn't a speech, it was just a story that made them all laugh, that got them all together. Yeah, you want to hear the story, you got to go deal with Hercules and stuff like that. But when you go back, so when you get there, they was about to attack the deformed people until they realized they were civilians. So they had the civilians lead them to the clone, Mr. Fantastic, and they get to him. He's trying to use cosmic rays to do whatever. I don't know why Bucky felt like it was being overwhelmed by stuff. Instead of attacking the clone, they just talked to him, and that was it. And it's like nobody was attacking him. I don't know if it was like that was supposed to be part of the comic of the foreign people supposed to be attacking, but nobody attacked him. So he just complained about this, and he was like, you know what, forget it. Bring out the big guns and our big brain, and the big brain is the Hulk, and the Hulk was like basically being destructive. Like he jumped through and attacked Bucky, and then eventually Bruce got it to where he got the Hulk to realize, hey, you remember when Reed Richards, sent us into outer space? Don't you want revenge on that? And the Hulk was like, yeah, I want revenge on that. So he helped the new Avengers, and he wasn't all that great of a help. But Bruce Banner, on the other hand, was like, hey, tell this, just say it out loud, just say it out loud, just say it out loud. So when the clone of Reed Richards sends out a ship to go do something in space. Uh, he's holding down the new Avengers, but they was able to escape to send Laura Wolverine. But they was able to send Laura Wolverine into space by Namor throwing her to go attack the little ship and with the jet, and like everybody else was fighting um the clone of Reed Richards. And I thought he was dead when, what's his name? Eddie Brock Carnage bit into him. And like it looked like his skin was ripped, but he didn't really rip into open or was able to get into the bloodstream. So it was like not going on, it wasn't really working. So eventually like they just kept on attacking until they noticed Laura got the ship to come down, and Bucky was able to use a little cosmic ray machine to hit um, what's his name, Doctor Apaloka or whatever like that. But the clone of Reed Richards, he hit him with that, and it made his body start to deteriorate. They start beating him up, they start beating him up because, well, no. Once his body started to deteriorate, they got lower back into the mix. The Hulk did something to destroy the whole area, and then they all was talking about some stuff. They was trying to get him to realize how the Jackal created him, and they was like, Jackal wasn't looking. Tony and I was Tessa's. The stuff that the Jackal used to make him was gamma and cosmic rays, vibranium, mutant growth hormones, synthetic crimson Cyrac, I don't know what that is, black symbiote components, traces of microsolid and testosterone. I don't know what all that. They just had a bunch of stuff, and there's no way the Jackal could get that. And like I said, so they basically, he stopped talking about how he got it. Bucky told him, you're lying, and it's like the clone of Reed Richards just stopped talking about it and was like, hey, I have a right to live, all kind of stuff like that. And they just all started to beat the shit out of him. I'm talking about everybody got a lick off of him and shit like that. And then Natasha came and shot him, boom, in the head. So technically, they killed 1, 2, 3 members for sure. No, 4 members for sure. And the thing is, because Iron Apex, Tony Stark's one, he came back. Some reason why he exploded in the ocean, but he came back somehow. I don't know how. And yeah, I'm about to get to that part. So with all that said, they all talking. They send the Hulk back to where he go. Hulk says, "Next time I'm gonna kill you, Barney, Bucky." Then so they having a little thing, a little barbecue, and Natasha and Bucky went to go have sex. They come back. They all talking about, hey, we're gonna be the new Avengers. That's what we're gonna call ourselves, and Natasha's gonna be the leader. Everybody agrees. Natasha and him go lay down. Like I said, now we get Iron Apex come and get into a conversation with Bucky on a little tablet, and shows that, hey, I got a little video to show you. It's my favorite video, and it shows how the Jackal got all the materials. And there's the shadowy woman, and when the shadowy woman comes into focus, it's Natasha. So it ends off there, and we got to find out on the next issue on how and why she did that. Hopefully she's not a clone, because you're saying something about her master is a very strong and powerful one. So we're about to find out what all of this is about. Absolute Green Lantern number 7. Let me just say is that these names are hard to read because they are not really all that great. Basically, we follow some stuff about the Black Star, how it flows, how it goes, and what it does. What we do is, we're not gonna go back. We're not on Earth, so we go to the Black Star. Black Stars go to a planet looking for three people, 3 beings. That's what we're gonna say. 3 beings. Those 3 beings get detected. They come to fight and fight against the Black Star. Black Star have henchmen and stuff like that, and so they send out a weaponer. And a weaponer is basically somebody that has the Black Hand and uses it for exactly what it means: to search out the green light and destroy it, or search out the light and destroy it. In this case, the green one. And the weaponer is basically, what's his name? Because y'all might know him. I don't know him. I can't even find his name. But the weaponer basically destroys 3 Green Lanterns, or 2 beings on the level of green. And that is really, that's something what they do. That's something what he does. That's basically what he do. He destroys 3 level green beings, and then the planet itself was like, we did not know anything about what those beings was doing, what the statue was about, whatever like that. and the Black Star didn't care. It destroyed the whole planet. After that, once the planet was destroyed, there's the ship telling the weaponeer to come back, bring the fragment, and he did not. See, what happened was a red lantern came through, destroyed the ship, and then the Black Hand got crushed by this lantern. Like, these are all beings that we know. These guys are actually characters we know. Let me see if you remember this name. Where is his stuff, man? Where is his name? I still cannot find his name for where he's at. Oh, Kilowog. Kilowog. I think y'all know who that is. I'm not pretty sure. He looked like, if you see a picture of him, he's familiar looking. But he had the Black Hand, and then a red lantern came through, and he basically crushed. He put the Kilowog in a freaking spear. I am Tumori, who is abnormal. Tumor basically crushed him in a cube and left off. But it was a message to another being, and the cube went to that being. Someone who was like the only gold being, which that's not true because we see that John Stewart gets there. But he went to a being, and this being was basically saying he's not going to focus on them. We're going to another green level, meaning somebody from Earth or something like that. And you look at it, and the green. Who is this guy? I don't know, but he's the normal like villain for the Green Lantern for and stuff like that. You find out he's the only gold level, and he's he's controlling the Black Star. And with that being said, that's the end of the comic. It wasn't all of that. Actually, it was. If you actually read the whole thing, I can't do it. It's too many names that I cannot pronounce. I'm not got to struggle with it, but it's basically Black Star shows up to the planet. Planet knows the Black Star was coming, because they reached out, we reached back, and come to find out they had three beings with the green level. They tried to fight, they died, boom. Basically, that's it. A red level lantern came, destroyed the Repetier and all the stuff. The Black Star don't know what's going on. Well, the cube goes back to the Black Star and goes to a gold level person who basically on the side of the Black Star. With that being said, that was really the whole thing. You gotta read it. It's okay. It introduces people. That's all. It just introduces people or beings because they're aliens. The Umbrella Academy. I don't know if it's called Plan B, whatever it is. Sparrows. I don't know. I just know this is issue 3, and I don't know what the heck is going on here. But I'll try to figure things out because that's what we do. We start with a freaking opening about somebody with addiction, and people talking about how they just needed something to relieve the pain, and then all of a sudden you find ghosts all around them and stuff like that. We find ghosts that are sitting around in some tables and welcoming a guy named Claus. And it's just crazy because this have nothing to do with the story I think of. Then you go to two guys talking. Well, you go to a woman, an older woman opening the door, older black woman opening the door, and talking about seeing her daughter named Jennifer, and Jennifer says it's happening again. I don't know what that's about. So next, this I'm telling you, this story is just weird right now. I don't understand nothing that's going on. So I think it's because there's other parts. Because the part that I'm on, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if this is Plan B. So if this is Plan B, there's like a Plan A, another plan, or something like that. I don't know. Because there's Umbrella Academy and the Sparrow Academy in this one, and they're looking for the Umbrella Academy. But anyway, that's the side point. Let's get to this thing. We go to a corporation, the Parius Corporation, and two guys. Mr. Paris is talking to Calhoun, and they're just talking about working together and stuff like that. Well, Calhoun's telling Paris, let's work together to find the Umbrella Academy, and Paris like, no. My father did such and such and such, and that drove him crazy. I'm not doing it. I know my mistakes. I did, and I'll live with the broken mistakes. Besides that, nah, I'm not helping you. Calhoun was like, I hope that don't come to bite you on your ass. Basically, boom, end of that situation. We go to number 5. He's dressed up, and he want to be called Mr. Dennis. He's talking to a guy. The guy's telling him, look, my employer, look, listen, my employer, he's cool. He want to work with you, and he sits up there and saying that he want to find the Umbrella Academy too. And I think it's about time y'all meet. All right, well, shoot. Number 5 was like, who's your employer? Oh, Calhoun. Shit, my father's rival. I think it's about time I meet him. I got gaps in my schedule. Boom. Now we go back to the older black woman in Jennifer. Guess what? They get in a little backstory about when Jennifer was lost, and whoever found her told him, I got your daughter. Look, I found her. Here you go, and gave her a letter. And they gave and her mom gave her the letter. Told her, when I found you, I didn't really care about the letter. I just picked it up. But since you're starting to hear whatever, here's the letter. Hope this goes well. But it is what it is. Then something comes on the TV, so they play what's on the TV. It's the Sparrow Academy. These guys are basically saying how we're doing good, and with people, when people who think we're doing fashion stuff are the ones who got stuff to hide. If you don't got nothing to hide, you shouldn't have nothing to worry about. Okay, cool. So they talking to Lucifer Clark, the guy on the TV, and he's like, you wouldn't have nothing to hide and stuff like that. You're a outstanding guy, a good civilian, a real humanitarian. And Lucifer Clark has something. Who would ever think that the celebrated Lucifer Clark has something to hide? And gentlemen, to the last. And then all of a sudden, whoever one of them probably can let somebody speak the truth, and that's what happened. This dude sets up the judges of the Entertainer Award. He has dinner with them every year. You could solve that. You could solve why that's not good. He don't have 3 assistants. He made them up, and I keep their salaries. Nick, what? That means he's embezzling some type of money, or faking some type of to get more money. Next is he's been having an affair with Lonnie, the cameraman, for 7 years. He makes me feel desire like only a man could, and bloop, the TV goes off. The signal's gone, and so in the last issue, there was like a situation with all the criminals. They are scared to get caught by the Sparrow Academy because they know they're just gonna die. So what it is that they are happy when cops or everything else catches them and put them in jail, but the jail's overflowed, so they put them in this goddamn warehouse with some random ass food. Hopefully they survive, and basically none of them's ready to leave and go, and they're trying to wonder what the cops got to plan with them. And they're like, oh shit, I ain't got no plan with y'all. He tells them he have nothing. It's none of their damn business. But then he tells an officer, the monkey officer, and I don't mean, but god damn it, I don't mean black. It's an actual monkey. God damn it, this goddamn comic get on my fucking nerves. But this is good shit. This is actually good shit now. But anyway, he says the monkey officer says, "Do you have a plan?" And he's like, "No." Then it goes to Luther Have Greaves. Hold on, let me go back in this comic because I think that was the name. Yeah, Have Greaves is the name of the one who found Jennifer, who got the letter to Jennifer. So that's what they. Okay, so they're trying to find him. And okay, no, we're going to him, and he's out in space, and they're telling him that somebody's telling him it's time for him to return to Earth. Saint Zero is telling him it's time to go to Earth, and he's telling Saint Zero, I can't. I failed you, bro. You're my hero and all, but I failed you. I can't go. I just need the silence. My head is so much noise, so much bad. I'm sorry. I just can't go. And then like somebody else came to Luther, and the connection between Saint Zero and Luther basically just connected. And and then like you go back to basically to the Sparrow Academy, where a doctor who's captured by the Sparrows basically are talking to another guy, and they're basically saying, "Look, man, we're gonna go out of space and do something. We just gonna need you. I'm gonna fix this ship, and hopefully I don't get caught. They shouldn't catch me. Y'all stay hiding and stuff like that." And then like the housekeeper, the safe housekeeper or whatever like that, they are out and about. She comes, walk in, talks to the thing, and says, "Look, I want you. I know what you're doing, and you're looking for the Umbrella Academy, and I want you to find them. I want to find them, and we should be able to if we work together." Because I don't have all the doors and key. I know all the doors, and I just don't have all the keys for them. And if you help me do this, we'll find the Umbrella Academy, and I need your help to do it. So it seems like she's trying to convince him to help on the Umbrella Academy. Then we go back to whoever these characters are. I don't know who these are, and their names are not being said. And guess what? How it go? They saying how it was the person that messed up the connection to Luther. Luther basically must have denied her, and basically it's whatever. And they must have dated or something because she blaming herself why Luther don't want to come. And then she sees this. I think this was one of the criminals that they caught back, and like I think this is an old criminal, and like the criminal waved, told the girl to come, and like the woman was like, "Hey, wait." Oh, so this woman's name is Allison, the one that went go disturb the connection with Luther, and Allison went go try to chase down this criminal to talk to her, and then bloop, they left. And the dude that was there, I don't know what his name is, that was talking to her, telling her how everything went, realized like, oh, party, and that's it. That's it. I don't know what's going on in this. If you know, if you can understand this, you understand this. If you got other chapters or other mangas, oh, go. Not. Oh my God, I said mangas. But if you got other comics of this and you understand what's going on, good for you. I don't. Uh, I'm still gonna keep reading it because it might start making sense twisting it. But that said, with all that said, that's really it. It was confusing to me. That's all. Cruel Universe Volume 2, Issue 3. Okay, so another three stories. I gotta say, I actually enjoyed. Well, I like all of them actually, but y'all might not like worth it. But anyway, let's start with Genocide on the Go. You start off with a guy named Zach who ends up working at a restaurant that's for space aliens, and he sees that the the astro balls are actually that's the favorite thing over there at the thing. He finds out that one of them is undone, like not coated in fry or anything like that. So you find out that it's a brain, and the brain is telepathic, so it tells what it is. So what happened is these aliens comes to Earth, and the whole world is like, okay, what is going on? Like they hit every stop of the world, and that's because they're trying to make a food chain, and and everybody's cool with it. But the alien, and these are some pig type aliens, but how did these guys get a food chain and was able to go to planet to planet? Easy. They went to a planet. They shot a they shot a alien, some cactus aliens that was telepathic. These are the brains. They found out that these guys taste delicious and started frying them. And well, even in space, there's like businesses, ethnic groups, and ethnic committees and stuff like that, humane and ethnic committees or whatever like that, and health advisors. And once the pig race told these group of beings, because they're random beings, that they are you able to kill them and they don't feel no pain, so it doesn't matter. So they was like, oh, okay. So, they started someone agree, and then like the 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 health issue was like these things have great nutrition and they are great tasting. So it's like it's amazing. So that's how they came to. That's how everything came to be. Well, one of the pig creatures, sees this human Zach talking to like with the brain, and he knew that Zach was like, oh man, he's about to tell the world, and it's like, listen, don't do it because I have a family to feed and I gotta take care of them. We're not monsters, man. We're just businessmen. And Zach was like, hey, was trying to like just dump the brain into the deep fryer, which is this big, huge ass deep fryer. I'm talking about you gotta climb on the station just to deep fry stuff. And he fell in it. And when he fell in it, the pig the pig alien thing started smelling the air and realized, oh, I think I'm about to get a raise because it's basically he basically saying they're about to start hunting humans if they could find out, they're about to start hunting humans and stuff like that. So that was genocide on the go. The next is worth it and worth it. I'm gonna just say it's about a guy that got his justice. No. It's about a guy that got justice served on him. So basically, this guy's in space. He makes it a space because he always wanted to go to space to make a statue for the world can see that every time they see the moon, they realize he runs shit. And how did he get to space? He was a businessman. He made deals, shook hands with the people that wrote on the right bill, shook the right hand of people that wrote the right bills, that signed the right bills. And this guy here had basically destroyed unions, um, uh, basically messed up OSHA, the safety programs, and then like made NASA lose funding and everything just to get what he wanted. And let me tell you about the OSHA thing. It's so messed up because like he had it to where he made an app after, and that app like he had factories, facilities, stuff like that. He had all these things he had put into place to get to where he at. And when he made this app was for people to buy safety stuff. So he had like stuff in cars, self-driving cars. If you want to have a safety feature in a self-driving car, you had to buy like seatbelts and stuff like that. And it's like, wait, what? And it's basically like a iPhone taking away the head jack and then selling to you the head jack port as a separate item. And after that, like you basically like helmets, like PPEs for work sites, because he was just destroying things and to rush and get his goals and get everything. He did that to make millions of dollars, because if your company don't want to pay for your safety, what you're gonna do? Quit your job or pay for your safety? And that's what the app was for, pay for your safety. The problem is that even the appliances on the stuff is electronic Bluetooth and stuff like that. So it seems like it's in the car, and it it just don't activate unless you buy the situation that goes with it. So that's crazy. But he's out in the space, and like he's just looking out in the world, and he's about to go back to Earth until he realized, like, well, he's still on the moon and he's about to get back in the ship when he realized his coolant in the suit is leaking and it's flowing up into the helmet, and he's about to drown. So he tries to get back in the ship. He gets back in the ship. He tries to open his helmet. He can't. It's stuck. And then like he's trying to buy or do whatever to make it do what it needs to do for safety, and it don't work. So then he sends an emergency signal out to his his back to his headquarters back at the thing, and they are like, oh, we don't know what to do. And like this show is called Worth It, and it was like he was saying how all of this was worth it, and then like at the end it says, is it like I'm about to go into the negative? If I go into the negative and I get overdrawn, is this really worth it to just basically save, to save a human life and stuff like that? And because why is a helmet connected online and have it connected to an app and online to undo the features, and it just can't be undone itself. So that's that. The last one is called pheromones, where a scientist basically is trying to solve a pheromone problem that happened to Earth. Basically, insects have these pheromones, especially moths or what butterflies or whatever, to make a male just not bother it because it has a mate already. So because a female one already has a mate. So with that being said, let's understand how this came about. The same scientist got jealous of her friend who wasn't attractive, who wasn't smarter, who wasn't as great person, just as great as a person as her, in so many different things. And how she got jealous, they was best friends until a man came along, and that man basically started showing more attention to the friend instead of her, because as she said, she seems like she's the smartest, she's the prettiest. Why is the friend getting the man and not her? And then like all of a sudden, it's more or less like the man likes some thick women. You know what I'm saying? Because the girl was a little robust and it was shaped nicely. It wasn't really fat. It was thick and luscious. But anyway, let's keep going. Sensational. But anyway, the whole thing about this, so her jealousy got the best of her, and she started to play around with insects and found out and started to realize if she can get the pheromones on her to make him to make him not be attracted to her, this would work. But the thing is that how will she be able to do it? So our tear ducts, when we cry, sends out messages for people to leave us alone, stuff like that, and whatever like that, to have sympathy and everything. So she used that. But what happened was when she did it to her friend, it jumped from it started to spread to other humans, and it caused like a situation where nobody wanted to be around each other, nobody was falling in love, nobody was making babies. So she was trying to correct her wrong, and it got too much to where people started killing each other, because it was like they had this. It was like more or less like fear, and with fear comes like a thing of I want to protect myself, and I fear being around somebody. It was more fair, and so I'm fearing being around you, so I'm gonna protect myself. And they started killing each other and stuff like that. The world wasn't making babies, so it was like, oh, how can we sit up there and get up there and correct this? She tried, but she couldn't, and eventually, the world got extinct. So, yeah, pheromones. I gotta say, the first one, Genocide to Go, was my favorite. Um, Pheromones. I think actually the order I read it in is like for Genocide to Go, Worth It, and Pheromones. In that order is how I like them, but it's actually like 2 and 3 is actually equal. But I just love the justice that the rich asshole got to.